Breaking news! Gun meme review is back. You might be wondering, Brandon, this doesn't look like your office? Congratulations, you have f***ing eyes. No, we're here at a historic hotel in Alpine, Texas. Beautiful place, very close to Big Bend, if you know where that is. Where tonight I have a debate for Texas's 23rd congressional district, where I'm already predicting Tony will not show up to this debate because he's a baby back bitch coward. I wonder what burning questions he might be running away from. Anyway, we've got a lot to talk about this episode. Sorry it has been so long since I posted a video. I don't know, I think I've done like 20 events all across West Texas since SHOT Show. But in that time, I was able to find some pretty good gun memes. Some about, the fiasco that was SHOT Show, and plenty about the absolute dog shit, un-American gun laws that are coming out in Virginia. We'll get into that. As for now, strap on in, strap on up, and let's get into the gun memes. Guard your penis hole. SHOT Show, for those of you who are not familiar, is the annual, SHOT Show, for those of you who are not familiar, is the biggest weapons convention in the entire country. Once a year convention in beautiful Las Vegas, and an absolute nightmare if you're trying to leave an airport at a decent hour. People leaving SHOT Show. Southwest gate agent. Next customer who needs to check a gun. God, I can only imagine. Not only that, but the amount of gun/gun paraphernalia that gets handed out at SHOT Show. That's it's all shipped in by the companies, but it gets taken out in a lot of carry-on, I'm sure. Sir?
I'll get it together. I promise.
Most realistic booth at SHOT Show 2026. The Olight dumpster. I haven't heard shit from Olight in a while. I know everybody was shilling them for a bit, and I don't know, they're just cheap Chinese garbage that tends to explode. They reached out to me so many times, and none of them could speak English. They were all very Chinese names. Listen, I've stooped down to the level of doing fucking Raid Shadow Legends ads, okay? I draw the line at fucking Olight. When you accidentally walk too close to the Keltec booth during their happy hour...
Gotta be worth, what, 10, 15,000?
By the way, sometime last cycle, Tony used that clip in an ad. God forbid an internet comedian get a little motion, okay? You can very clearly tell I wasn't lying when I said I'm not a politician and I never plan to run for office, because probably wouldn't have done half the shit I've done. When you're at SHOT Show and your friend gives you some milk for your cereal, when they tell you they got the milk from the Glock booth.
Is that a hair gel?
Yeah. Also, couldn't go an entire gun meme review without talking about this. This year's SHOT Show, somebody got fucking stabbed. Probably gonna have to blur a lot of that. Yeah, that happened. Right outside the show floor as it goes toward the Venetian. Somebody, I heard it was a brotherly dispute in the genetic sense, not the... Anyway. So that was the water cooler talk for the last day of SHOT Show. I cannot think of a better place on the planet to get fucking stabbed than the one place where 8,000 mall ninjas with tourniquets are around every fucking corner. Which apparently is exactly what happened in that photo. There was a team that was very quick on it. They jumped on it. Shouts out to them. And just so you know, not only did I not get SHOT Show AIDS this year, but I was also marked safe from being stabbed at SHOT Show. Or some people are now calling it Stab Show. Hundreds of thousands of guns and nobody gets shot. Somebody did shank a fella, though. And despite that being the case, I guarantee you he was not the person who had the worst SHOT Show experience this year. He's probably not even in the bottom 10. I know what I've done for a Klondike bar, and I'm not proud of it. You would never believe the things a gun bunny would do to a marketing director to get a sponsorship. I feel like this is the perfect time for a subscriber plug that's one of those old shitty chain emails. Subscribe to the channel now and send this to 10 friends or you'll get stabbed at SHOT Show next year. By me, I will stab you. One subscription equal one tourniquet. Actual photo of the SHOT Show booth for BCA, Bear Creek Arsenal, after ICE takes all of their employees. Again, no shit, that actually happened. I think they were based out of Sanford, North Carolina, and they got raided by ICE, and it turns out the reason you're able to get all those discounted uppers? Oh, you'll never guess. Speaking of ICE, a lot of people got delayed on their flights back from SHOT Show this year because of a massive, massive winter storm that came through. We even felt it down here in Texas, which is kind of wild. We don't get a lot of ice. Well, frozen water. In case the power goes out this weekend, we have flashlights in the house, right? Yes. Are they all attached to firearms? Perhaps. Unironically think I have more weapon lights than flashlights. All the fun SHOT Show stuff and getting stabbed aside, my super quick review about SHOT Show, everything was pretty fucking boring. There was a couple cool things. From what I saw, new SCAR. I know I kind of picked on FN a little bit about it. I'm a SCAR fanboy. What can I say? They won me over. They changed a few more things than I thought. Hydraulic buffer's pretty fucking cool. Looking forward to shooting one. Also, I really want to fuck with their bolter. It was pretty cool. It's a fucking 30mm grenade launcher. 10 of tits. The rest I don't really care about. I will say, though, Strike Industries did come out with a clone of the HK grenade launcher. It is in 37mm and it's like $500. And I'm going to buy one. Strike Industries. 37mm flare launchers are now in production. Perhaps I treated you too harshly. Yeah, but other than that, shot gay, moving on. And now, for no reason in particular, we're gonna get up and walk over to this chair. Isn't that comfy? I'm also gonna talk to you about Lear Capital. You ever thought about investing in metals? Like precious metals, not like the heavy metals that are in all of your food and probably in your testicles. Precious metals are a great wealth protector. I mean, they're never worth nothing, and they're actually, with the growth in the tech sectors, silver and gold are very, very useful for practical applications, which is one of the reasons why they've kind of shot through the roof recently. A lot of people got a little scared with the recent correction in the market. I'm not one of them. I still have my holdings, diamond hands. Because with the people I've talked to, especially over at Lear Capital, they're still predicting $6,000 gold and $200 silver at some point in the future. And given the rate of inflation in the last, 50 to 100 fucking years, it's better than the shitcoin known as the US dollar. Because for fuck's sake, if the government does not stop printing money, we're going to be in a very, very bad way. Somebody should run for office and fix that. Anyway, Lear Capital is a fantastic resource if you're looking to learn more about investing in precious metals. I keep trying to tell Lear that if they're trying to sell people on, information and learning more about investing and investing in precious metals, it's about learning. You should have like a Lear, a Learing Center. So like learingcenter.com, but apparently someplace in, Somalia or Minnesota already has that taken. Long story short, it's not too late to invest, and you can download free information from them over at Lear Capital. You can call them at 800-855-7272, or you can go to learbrandon.com. That will be in the description and in the pinned comment as well, of course. And you can receive up to $20,000 in free bonus medals with a qualified purchase. And once again, for no reason in particular, I feel like I'm going to walk back over to the bar/desk while also thanking SDI, Sonoran Desert Institute, for once again being a sponsor of the channel. We greatly appreciate them. If you ever wanted to get your start in gunsmithing and weapons technology, you don't know where to start, maybe check them out. Links are in the description and in the pinned comment. And we're back to the episode after that train. We do have a major 2A crisis on our hands in Virginia. The oldest state in the Union whose flag is literally virtue popping a titty and stabbing tyranny. Yeah, that Virginia introduced some of the most un-American, draconian gun laws I've seen in a while, especially for a state that used to be pretty conservative. At the bare minimum, the state that has a pretty good history when it comes to gun rights. But unfortunately, the crotch rot that is the swamp of D.C. Continues to spread into Northern Virginia, and these are the consequences. Can you do something about unemployment, housing, and affordability? Best we can do is ban guns and regressive taxes. How gun grabbers are acting while competing to be the grabbiest. This is my neighbor, Virginia. He is pain in my assholes. I'm not going to do a fucking Borat the whole time. I require background checks for private sales. He require background checks for private sales. I make arbitrary 10-round limit for magazines. He make arbitrary 10-round limit for magazines. I use sensitive location clause to avoid being ruled unconstitutional. He cannot. Great success. So with that, let's actually talk about what is being proposed in Virginia, because there's quite a lot of laws that are being pushed through the Virginia delegation. From Greg Price, today a bill to ban assault weapons was voted out of committee in the Virginia Senate. It essentially makes gun ownership illegal in the Commonwealth. Its author is State Senator Saddam Aslan Salim, who was born in Bangladesh. An assault weapon is defined as any semi-automatic center fire, which just means, firing out of the primers in the center of the round, so any rifle round, essentially, pretty much every pistol round, everything except .22 and shit. Any semi-automatic center fire rifle or pistol that expels single or multiple projectiles. The bill makes it a Class 1 misdemeanor to possess or sell an assault weapon under this definition, as well as any magazine that holds over 10 rounds. This is one of the most restrictive gun laws in the entire fucking country. But I have also great fucking issue with the fact that the person proposing the worst gun law in the entire fucking United States is not from the United States. Look, I know people who are living in this country that were not born here, that are more American than a lot of Americans in this country. But the idea that you were not born here, moved here to seek a better life, and then now get in charge of levels of government to try to make it like whatever shithole you were escaping because this place was better is fucking insane. The oldest of the 13 colonies, founded in 1607, is about to be disarmed by a man who was born in Bangladesh named Saddam Aslam Salim. All right, fine. You convince me. I'll rewatch Gangs of New York.
Civilization is crumbling.
There's also Delegate J.J. Singh, this is where I first became aware of this, was on Twitter. This is one of the main reasons I ran for office. We have to ban assault weapons. This bill will eventually make its way to the governor. Thank you to Helmer VA and Salim VA Senate for leading on this. Proud to be their co-patron. And it was the vote on, again, one of the most restricting gun laws this country's ever seen. To which I replied, who wants to run against this guy? I'll be your first donor. That's a real offer, by the way. I spent a decent bit of time in Virginia. It's a beautiful state, beautiful people. A lot of amazing American history and a lot of amazing American patriots came from Virginia. I don't want to see it lost. Just like I'm stepping up where my congressman's failed here in Texas District 23, if anybody's willing to step up and run against any of the people involved in pushing this bill forward, please do so now. Let me know. If you live in those districts and you believe that you have a legitimate shot, a trajectory in replacing them in the Virginia State Senate or the House of Delegates, throw together a campaign, get organized, let me know. I will give you a hefty donation. Because if you cannot tell, I am pissed. My entire adult life, I have a record of fighting for gun rights. It's been incredibly important for me, not just where I live. I mean, I've fought for great gun legislation here in Texas. Great people like Wes Friedel, state legislator, has pushed stuff forward here in the state. But I've gone to other states, like, for example, the state capitol in Denver, where we held rallies and tried to get people there to talk some sense into their leadership. I've testified on congressional field hearings. This is a constant battle, and it's going to be something we fight pretty much our entire lives, and I'm not willing to see it lost. So, Virginians, your turn. It's time to step up. And luckily, there's a final boss of Virginian residents that I think might have a say in this later. Virginia Democrats passing host of unconstitutional gun laws. Virginia resident Clarence Thomas. Yes, the daddy of the Supreme Court himself, Clarence Thomas. My Supreme Court spirit animal. And genuinely, I think the guy just seems like a cool dude. Just a G. And has an impeccable record of defending gun rights on the Supreme Court, as well as a host of other really, really great rulings. Look, the super far lefty, gun enthusiasts, gun advocates, look, we at least agree on the gun part of that, right? But one of these days you're going to learn that voting for Democrats it's not how you're going to advance that. Virginia assault weapons ban, mag ban, and reducing minimums for pedophile crimes. r/temporary gun owners. Fell for it again award. I feel like with Black Hawk Down, like, Virginia's fucked, I'll be outside. But you can't give up hope. You really can't. I've gone behind enemy lines in places like Massachusetts where they're trying to make big strides and trying to repeal some of their, bullshit far-left gun laws. It's going to be a constant battle, like I said. It always is. But Virginia, it's time to pick up the torch and start stabbing tyranny again. Metaphorically, don't shank anybody. Unless you're at SHOT Show. But this has felt pretty serious there in the last couple minutes, so let's wind down with a couple. Home defense. Shotguns and handguns. Recce rifles. Me. Belt feds. Wouldn't recommend it if you're in an apartment complex. That's just being an asshole. If you live out in the country, fuck it. We are still working on that 100% civilian legal belt-fed LMG concept. So I think that would be pretty fun. We might roll that out sometime in the next couple weeks. And as far as civilian machine guns, we've got a major campaign announcement coming up for a future giveaway. So stay tuned for that. It'll be coming probably in the next week or two. And again, if you'd like to get in the current giveaway, details are down below in the description and in the pinned comment. We are this close to beating Tony Gonzalez out of office. So the more we can keep the pressure on, the better. And now we have this gem. You're talking mad shit for someone made of material, which that scene in Fallout did. I mean, it fucked. It's fan service. Yes, I'm a fan. I like being serviced. Say what you will, I enjoyed this season of Fallout. I had my concerns. They were doing my boy, Mr. House, dirty. I think they fixed a lot of that. And, I didn't love all of it, but I loved enough of it. I had a good time. Also, I just love Fallout. Twist my arm. Okay, as soon as I get off the campaign trail, yes, I'm doing another Fallout New Vegas playthrough. Again. Speaking of this meme, though, this picture, that anti-material rifle, the anti-material rifle from Fallout New Vegas. It is a 50 caliber Hecate. I don't know how the fuck you say that. Look, I'm barely monolingual here. Hecate 2. I know there are a couple of them in the country. They're extraordinarily rare. I would love to own one. I'm a big Fallout fan. If anybody has a lead on one as to where one might be for sale here in the States, I would love to pick one up. And in lieu of that, I know there's a couple people out there who have them who might be interested in allowing me to use one for a video. I would love to do a New Vegas style video with the anti-material rifle. I think it'd be a lot of fun. So let me know down in the comments if that's something you'd like to see. And if you've got anybody or you got any leads, give me a shout. I've got to go get into a suit so I can have a debate with... Or let's face it, Tony's not going to show up.
Every quarter I've been in this race, we've out-fundraised Tony Gonzalez, and that's the only thing we had going for him. We have the team, we have the fundraising, we have the map, we have the name recognition. If you've ever wanted to get Tony Gonzalez out of office, this is the cycle we do it.
But we're out here in the district, we're out here on the ground, and we're doing the one thing Tony's too afraid to do, which is talk to voters and talk to people. Not the super PACs, not the special interests, just regular dudes like you and me. Politicians hate that shit. Anyhow, I'm gonna go get dressed. I appreciate you all for being patient while I'm spending so much time on the road. And as always, I'll see you sexy YouTube mother lovers in the next video.
Fuel is my obsession to make the perfect weapon, like Rasputin's rise to the top. But I can stop.